Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I am so sorry. I'm about 5 minutes late today starting. I'm having a barking dog issue, so I apologize if you hear her in the background. Hopefully a family member will come take care of her in a second here. But thank you for being here today. I'm going to wait until I see some more eyeballs checking in and comments flowing, and then we will start going over the June release from Hero Arts. So thank you guys for tuning in today. How's everyone doing? Let me know where you are joining from in the comments. And if you've already picked up the kit, hi, everyone. I'm starting to see the comments come in now. Hi, Tammy from Hero Arts, who is in the comments for us helping with things. And my dog is going crazy. I am so sorry if you hear that, but hopefully we will get her quieted down in a second. Hi, everybody. Hi, Victoria and Jean and Thera and Lori. Hello, everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting, Barbara Jean. I see you were waiting. Hopefully you're still here. So today I am going to go over the release as usual. And then I have a very fun guest. I'm going to have Maria Willis from our creative team pop in and tell us about her fantastic project she made with this release using her mixed media spin on things. We did our big mixed media release for our summer catalog. Hopefully you guys are enjoying all the new pastes and waxes and pearls from Hero Arts. And yeah, Bonnie just wants to have fun. Yeah, she is not making me happy right now. So I truly apologize for all the barking dog noise. There's a ton of it right now, and I don't know why. I think she just hears me talking and maybe wants to be with me. But yeah, that's not good. Hi, Essie. Hello, everybody joining in. So yes, Tammy just put in the comments the giveaway information. So today we're going to do a giveaway from all of you who are here live with me, which is fantastic, of a $50 gift card. So make sure you comment along as you're watching, because that's how we know you're here and how we pick our winner. And then we're going to do something fun today. We are also going to do a winner of one of Debbie's cards that she makes. Every month I show her beautiful cards. And this time we're going to give one away, and we're going to do it from everyone who comments today and then comments throughout the week until Sunday. So leave your comments even if you're watching on replay, and hopefully you will be the lucky winner of one of Debbie Adams' creations. And we all know how incredibly stunning those are. I'll show you which one once we get to it. So again, thank you all for being here. Yeah, who's already bought the kit? Who's still deciding? We need to know what we have to say to convince you, because this kit is absolutely fantastic. We're so excited about it. It's such a gorgeous mermaid. All right, well, enough with my face. Let me go ahead and move it to my overhead view, and I will start showing you my kit. And hello, I see Mindy Egan from our creative team is here. I see the Papercraft Clubhouse, one of my very favorite independent stores. I love all the independent stores. I shouldn't say favorites, but I do love my Tracy. And she and Jonah are watching as they're packing orders at Papercraft Clubhouse in Connecticut. And I think I saw Jen Shirkus say hello. She joined us this month as a special guest because she is a mermaid. So, of course, she had to be here joining us. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to my overhead view so you can see all the goodness. So this is a very bad view today. I don't know why. I apologize for that, but it's not great. But this is my view of the kit. Hold on, I'm going to grab a piece of paper here. And I will hold things up so you can see them a little better. My lighting is just not on point today. I don't know. But here's the kit. So it's absolutely gorgeous. It is a beautiful mermaid, and mine has been inked up, so that's why it looks a little funky, because it has black ink all over it, because I actually created this month, which makes me super happy. And I'm kind of moving it all over the place. But you know what I'm going to do to make it a little easier to show you the main kit to start off with is show a picture. That's so much better, isn't it? So you can actually see the beautiful stamp set. And you can see that it's a beautiful mermaid. She's really large. You should have saw when I was holding it up, but I'll show you again overhead in a second. She's big, fun to color because she's so large and beautiful. And then there's seaweed, there's a jellyfish, some coral, a fish that kind of looks like the rainbow fish. And her hair, yeah, her hair is stunning. I'm going to show you a bunch of ideas from our creative team. They just colored her in so many different beautiful ways that is just stunning. But I will say, if you are not a pro coloring expert, she's really easy to color because it's so big. And you don't have to like do perfect shading of all the hair. Just putting color on that hair is beautiful. And you can put like a little darker color in kind of the shadowy areas. You know, I don't find her very hard to color, honestly. And then we have some pearls in the kit as an add-on, not an add-on, but an inclusion in the kit. And I'll show you our regular enamel dots. I don't have those pearls in my hands, but they're the same size as the ones that I have. So I'll show you that in a second. And then there's this really fun reactive ink pad in the kit. It is some of our regular colors from our line, but all together in a palette. And I'll show you that as well. And it rounds out with the matching dyes and the water flow brush that you can do some watercoloring with if you prefer. All right, let me go back to this. Okay, so here it is again. So you can see how large she is in my hand, right? She's a really big image, really gorgeous, really fun to color. Oh, and I started to say we have pearls in the kit, and we have this oyster with the pearl. So we have a couple play on words with that. We have you are a pearl of a friend, and pearls just want to have fun. There's you're one of a kind, and then some great universal messages like thank you, hello, and happy birthday. And here are the matching dies. Now I mentioned the pearls. This is our regular enamel dots. And the pearls are not blue. This is just our enamel dots. I'm just showing you for the size idea because they're the same size as our regular enamel dots. So the pearls you're going to get in this kit are these same sizes. Okay. And then the ink pad is a reactive palette. I recommend that you watch a video that Mindy put together for our release. She showed this ink pad. She showed how to smush it down, which I'll go ahead and just show you too. Why not? So you can take a piece of any kind of slick surface, and if you put it down like this and just rub, you get the ink. And a few things you can do. You can take your water. Well, I'm using a spray bottle, but it comes with a water brush that you would fill with water as well. And you can just wet these colors and pick them up and use them to watercolor. So here, I'm just going to do it here in my journal. You know, so you could paint it. Imagine painting her hair with the same paint that is from your palette of ink. Right? It's really easy to color like this. And then the other fun thing you can do is ink smushing. And if you're doing ink smushing, you would wet the whole thing. And then you would just slide your cardstock right into it. Let me see if I have just a piece of cardstock here. Hold on. This is not going to be the best ink smushing in the world because I don't even know what kind of cardstock this is, but so you can smush it in like that, or you can kind of slide it right across, which is what Mindy did. Now I didn't get that super wet, so that's kind of a hot mess, but you get the idea. You would play with it and get a much better result than that, but that's how you do that kind of technique. You could also smush it onto a piece of acetate, wet that, and kind of push that down onto your paper. So lots of ways to use this pad. And I also did a sample. Maybe I'll find it in a minute, but I just took this and went direct to paper right across in stripes. And that just made this, you know, ombre-ish kind of look across. It's more of a bold look that way. Now it is reactive ink. So when you spritz it with water, you can dab it with a paper towel and get white spots to show up. What else? You can stamp with it. So if you want to just ink up a stamp directly with this and stamp, like those messages would be really fun, multicolored like that. So yeah, lots of fun things that you can do with that ink pad. And if you've never tried our reactive inks, it's a great introduction to try them and see what you think of that kind of ink. And I was not looking at comments. Let me just look here real quick and see if I missed anything important. And then I'll move on and show you some of the samples from Debbie. Oh, Daniel is here. Daniel is working the election polls today in Rhode Island. So I love that. I'm an election poll worker as well. So I appreciate him doing his duty, his service to the country to help us vote. So thank you for being there, Daniel. But he says it's slow. That's not good. It's never good when it's a slow day at the polls. Yeah, regular cardstock is harder to do when you're doing the ink smushing. Watercolor paper or like a heavy stock, a mixed media paper, you do a lot better job with the smushing. So the pad can be re-inked, yes, actually, because it is our regular colors, like Berry Smoothie and Splash and Blue Hawaii. We have them listed what the colors are. Well, did we list it? I don't know. If anyone needs to know, I can certainly tell you, but they are our regular colors from our line. So you could re-ink this pad if you wanted to. Okay. Actually, somebody tell me if I'm a liar about that. If you've used, this is a different kind of pad. It's not felt. It's more of a spongy pad. So if you've used that, can you let me know if you can re-ink that? Because I actually guess I don't know. I'm so used to felt pads, and this is a little different. So, and yes, Mindy talked about the colors in the intro video, so you can find it there. The new inks and cardstock. Thank you for asking that, Carol. We are going to be launching those very soon. I think it's okay to say the date, June 20th. So watch for June 20th. We're going to do a color week. We're going to have all the excitement about our new cardstock and inks, and we're going to have a blog hop that day showing off the colors, and definitely tune in. our new revised ink line is just fabulous. It's our regular dye and hybrid inks. This is reactive ink. It's a little different. This is what I'm pointing at. So the reactive inks aren't going anywhere, but we did revise our dye and hybrid inks. Hero Arts is not changing ink pads to foam right now. This is just in this kit, just to test it out. You guys can let us know what you think of that foam pad. But for now, all of our other ones are the normal felt that we've always had. Okay. All right. So again, the giveaway, just to remind you, is we're doing a $50 gift card during the live. So get your comments in. Let us know what you think of everything. Keep commenting because that's how we pull it. And then we're also going to give away one of Debbie's cards. And let me just hop into showing you Debbie's cards as I say that. I think this is the one that I will send to somebody who is either commenting today or on replay. And I'm just going to randomly pick somebody and you'll get this stunning card from Debbie Adams, which is super exciting. I always kind of pet her cards when they arrive here for me to do this live because they're so beautiful. So Jean Ann says foam can be re-inked until the foam breaks down. I don't like the sound of that breaking down, but that's good to know that you can re-ink it. All right, so here's Debbie's card. She went ahead and colored this so beautifully. I love her eyeshadow on her mermaid and her little pink cheeks and everything. She did some soft stamping in the background with the coral from the kit. And just beautiful, beautiful coloring. So this one will go to somebody who has commented today or on replay. So that's exciting. And then I want to just point out, Debbie mentioned to me, this piece that she's sitting on is just the die cut with that coordinating die for the mermaid itself, and then inked up and just used as a background piece. So isn't that cool? A cool way to repurpose your dies in ways you may not think of, right? All right, and now here's another one from Debbie. There's more to the kit than just the big mermaid. Here's one where she used all those sweet little clam shells, and then the oyster here. I guess, are they all oyster shells? I don't know, whatever. Jen Shirkus, you're here. Tell me my shells. I don't know, I'm getting it all wrong. But anyway, she used all these cute little pieces. And then she used some pearls that she already had. So these are a little bit larger than the ones that come in the kit. But you could do the same look with what comes in the kit. You could do this really pretty blended background here, and it is with reactive ink. You can see how she spritzed it with water, and that's what made those white spots appear because it is a reactive ink. And so you could definitely replicate this card with what you get in your kit. Oh, Maria, if you're commenting, it looks like you're commenting as Hero Art. So let's see what else. Another card from Debbie. This is using the coral and the seagrass. And then she had just this cool little twiny, mossy type of stuff probably in her stash that she put there as a little embellishment. Sometimes I don't know if that's how she first had it. Sometimes I get a little, crazy in the mail, but it looks beautiful. And I like how she just did some ink blended circles in the background and spritzed them with some water. And again, that's the reactive ink and a little bit of bubbles here. There is a bubble stamp in the kit. Yeah, everybody was mesmerized by the mermaid, right? And you didn't even realize all these other great little elements that are in this kit. Now, this is so fun. I think, is the book called The Rainbow Fish? I'm drawing a blank, but this is, I think it was kind of inspired by that, but she made it into like a little coloring image that you could do. So she put crayons with it because this is a large enough image that it would be fun for kids to color. And I just think this is so creative and fun. So just an idea that you could make even the mermaid too and make it as a little coloring page for people. That's under a whole bunch of foam, but you could take that off if you wanted to and have it as something to color. So just a really fun idea for a kid's birthday or something. So think outside of the box with your supplies and see if there's other ways that you can use them. She has grandkids. I'm sure she was thinking of her grandkids when she made that. Yeah, DIY card. That's right. It's like, here, happy birthday. Here's your card. You have to color it yourself. That's kind of funny for if you're not a coloring fan. Now here is another one where she used, first of all, she just used the die cuts for the seagrass and the coral. She didn't stamp at all and just put color, which I think is so clever. This one has the color, the stamping, and then the fish. And then again, she used that die cut of the mermaid. So it's, in your set of dies, it's this great big piece right here that goes around the mermaid as a coordinating die. And she just used it to create this little, cove, or what would that be in the ocean? I don't know, a little peekaboo cave kind of situation in the coral to look at the fish. So, I just wish I could have access to Debbie's brain when I'm trying to create, because the things she comes up with are so clever and just so outside the box. But another fun way to repurpose things in your kit and use them in different ways. So that's the last one of the main kit from Debbie. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch over and show you some card ideas from our team. I'm not going to see your comments. Cavern, there's a good word, Judy. Thank you. Or grotto. Yeah, you guys have the words. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you some more cards from our team. Here is a gorgeous one from Mindy, I think. Hopefully I don't get the artist wrong on any of these. This one is total Little Mermaid vibes, right? With that beautiful red hair and his typical beautiful Mindy coloring. And then she did the expert level ink smushing in the background, which I did not achieve. And then you can see that she also did, maybe with watermark ink, I'm not sure, but this really soft jellyfish in the background, which I love. It could also be with unicorn white ink, but I'm not sure which one she used on that, but I love it. Let me see, maybe she'll tell you guys while I'm showing these other ones. And now she showed like the full size ink pads in the background, but those are the same colors that are in the kit with the ink pad that comes in the kit. So she just used her full size as props, but she could have done that background using the one that comes in the kit. Here's a really gorgeous, beautiful, bright and colorful one from Shannon. Some of the really bold colors are often from Shannon on our team. And I love how she colored the hair, first of all, because it has a little purple in there, but I just love how bright and beautiful it is. I love her ink blended background. So lovely. And I love just the bright colors on this one. Now here's another one from Shannon. And it is on our blog today as a video. And she shows watercoloring with the reactive pad. And a tip, if you're going to try to watercolor, if you haven't done a lot of it, is use either black embossing powder or black pigment ink with clear powder. And that embossing kind of creates a little bit of a dam, you know, a little raised edge to contain your watercoloring. And if you're not feeling super comfortable with watercoloring, that just makes it that much easier to do your watercoloring. But if you really look at this, I mean, it's gorgeous. You might think, oh, I can't do that. But if you look at it, it's not like impossible. It's just putting colors in different areas on that hair. And the way it is, you don't have to be super careful about getting individual strands or anything. If you look, she has the darker blue and just little splotches here and there, the purple here and there, the pink here and there. And I have confidence that all of you could do that kind of hair too if you wanted to watercolor it. Okay. Now here's one from Pam that just blew me away when it was shared. I hope this is Pam, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, my brain. And I love that she used our sand embossing powder as the background, but look at this hair. That is just so gorgeous. I was just swooning when I saw this. I hope this is Pam and not Daniel. I'm mixing them up in my brain, but they both made really fantastic hair on theirs. And now I'm just having a little bit of a brain freeze, but whoever it was blew me away. Oh, my team is also good. Yes, it's Pam's. Oh gosh, thank you, Tammy. I was like, my brain. Anyhow, I don't know if you guys ever go live, but when you do, your brain just does weird things and it forgets everything. All right, here's one from Sika. It's a little softer, and again, she's kind of a Little Mermaid redhead, and I just love it. It's so pretty, and she also had the idea to use the sand embossing powder because it's just such a perfect base for the mermaid. Here's another bold, dark one from Jessica. And I love how the black hair has purple in it to give it that kind of tone on the coloring. And then of course, Miss Sparkle over there, she had to add some glitter to the mermaid tail and the base of the tail and on the eyelids. Really pretty. Now this is also main kit. This is from Emily. And I love the blue and purple and greenish, tealish tone on tone of this card. I think it's striking. And I love that she used silver glitter paper as her base, which is really cool. That's an ocean I would love to be in. All right. Here is one from Daniel with the jellies. And I love how he used Copics for his background and just did dots, different colors and sizes of dots. And that's just such a fun, whimsical background for those jellyfish. And again, really easy to do. Something I know, again, that all of you could do if you wanted to. All right. Let me go back and see the comments real quick. Okay. I think I'm keeping up and you guys are loving all these mind-blowing cards. Yes, they're so pretty, aren't they? This kit is just absolutely stunning. It's one of my all-time favorites, I think, and I want to keep coloring her. Oh, there is one more I could show. I guess I could show you guys what I made. Totally forgot about that. All right, let me hide this and go back to my overhead. So this is my little art journal page that I made. I made a little A2 size art journal as my project for the hop. And the way I did this was I took basically folded card bases and just glued them together. So back to back, all these different cards. And then that turned into a book. So over on this side, you would see all the cards together, glued together. And I had to clip it and let it dry, let the glue dry. I put a little piece of fabric across that binding, but I'm going to end up decorating the covers. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And then this is the page that I made. And so I did a whole bunch of paint on the background, some different Hero Art stencils with our glitter paste, if you can see that glitter in there, blue acrylic paint. And then I took white paint and put it on bubble wrap to make these bubbly looking things. I did some splashes with some Dina Wakley acrylic gloss spray. And then for the mermaid herself, I stamped it onto Dina Wakley tissue paper, which is like her collage paper. And I love that because you can kind of work that into your scene without it being like a big cardstock kind of cutout. And I trimmed it with scissors and then put it on there with some matte medium. And I did color it with a little bit of Copic before I put it down, but then I also went over it with some art crayons after. And I put it right on top of the texture from my stenciling, which at first I was like, oops, why did I do that? There's so much texture. But then the comments I'm getting on this is that, oh, it looks like she's under the sea because it looks all ripply because there's all that texture under her. So now I'm going to pretend that was my whole idea in the first place, even though it wasn't. But I love that. And I use the sand powder again at the bottom. This is a Stabilo pencil. If you guys aren't familiar with that, if you want to try getting more into mixed media, I used a little black around there and then I just took water and kind of smeared that out a little and it just kind of covered up the extra tissue that I didn't trim super close. I did it on these as well. And it's just, you know, really watery and pretty. I put some of our white hero wax along the edge. If you can see that when I turn it in the light, there's just that beautiful shine on the edges. All right. So there you go. That was mine. Yay. I actually created this time. So I love ocean everything. And so my plan is to just fill this up with all kinds of ocean little scenes in here. So there's more things I want to do with the main kit and the add-ons and then keep adding to it. All right. So now let me go ahead and get this out of the way and I will go over our add-ons this month. So every release, we have a whole bunch of, well, we have our main kit and then we have a bunch of add-ons that kind of coordinate with the theme of the kit. And I also want to just back up for a second and mention that yesterday was our release. You can find this kit on the Hero Arts website. You probably saw the link to it in the comments already from Tammy. And the kit itself is only available on heroarts.com, but all these add-ons that I'm going to go through are available at our retailers who also sell Hero Arts. And so if you have a favorite retailer, you might check with them and see if you can get them there. And we also have a store locator on our website where you can check and see where there might be a store near you if you're not sure. And yeah, so also on our release day yesterday, I don't know why I'm just showing you nothing here. I should put some eye candy down. We had a blog hop. And so our team shared all their beautiful projects. So a lot of these things that I'm going to show, you might be able to find the information. Why don't you see Tammy on this chat? She's Hero Arts. Tammy is Hero Arts. She is our social media director and she is commenting as Hero Arts. Oh, you know what? I just realized you're on YouTube. Tammy is adding things in Facebook. So since we're in two places, she's actually over on Facebook. Sorry about that for all of our YouTube watchers. I just realized that. Okay, anyway, we had a blog hop yesterday with our team and also some really fabulous guests like Jen Shirkus, who is here in the comments, and Nicole Sporer always shares amazing projects with the kit. We also had Kelly Taylor and Jennifer Kotis and Meg Brooks and Rebecca Keppel, who also shares a great video every time, usually. If you want even more inspiration. Oh, and we had Andrew Granick, who is sharing on Instagram this month. If you want more inspiration in a week or two, there'll be some videos from Tina Smith, Cards and Coffee Time, and also Scott Pegg, who is Card Cut-Ups. They both do great kit videos for us. And then our global team, because they're international, they get it a little bit later in the month, but then they'll start showing projects too. So there is never a shortage of My Monthly Hero and Hero Arts release inspiration out there every month. So make sure and check all that out. We try to use hashtag My Monthly Hero. So if you share, you could use that same hashtag. And also you could do hashtag Hero Arts or look at our main feed on Instagram and Facebook. All right. So there you go. Lots of information there. So let me go ahead and find my mouse. Where did I put it? And I'm going to show you this first add-on that I have here on my desk. Since it is hard to see from my overhead view, I'm going to go ahead and show it as a picture so you can really see this, because this is so fun. So this is our 6x6 background cling stamp, and it is called Antique Hero Map Bold Prints. And if you're a Hero Arts fan, really look at what the places are on this, because it's so much fun. We have, first of all, Mermaid Cove to go with this kit. And then we have Heroes Landing. We have South Harbor, which if you know the address of Hero Arts, it's 1200 Harbor Way South. So that's a little play on that. And then we have Inky Depths. We have Infinity Shallows. We have our Infinity dies. So that's where that came from. We have Reactive Sea, just like the reactive inks. And then we have the Stamping Village. And if you're familiar with, we've done some partnerships with other stamp companies, and where you call ourselves a Stamping Village. So we had to have our little forest and village there on our map be called the Stamping Village. So just kind of fun. And it's a really great looking old map. I'll show you a project from Debbie with it in just a second. I will point out that Lydia Fiedler, who was in our hop, she's on our creative team. She did a really cool video on how to do faux leather with this map. So you definitely want to check out her blog to see that. All right, and then let me go back here. And again, here it is in my hand. So you can see that it's a 6x6 red rubber bold print stamp. All right, and then I'm going to show you a clear set, and then I'll show you the samples, which, oh my gosh, where's my clear set? Okay, I'm going to have to just show you my picture of this one because I am not finding my set on my desk. Sorry about that. So this is another stamp that's in this release. It's called Message in a Bottle. Super fun. It has 2 different bottles that you can put messages in. There's Let Your Dream Set Sail, You Are My Anchor, Let's Sail Away, Never Stop Exploring. Then there's Adventure, like you can say, Adventure Awaits, Good Luck on Your Next Chapter. You can do Thank You. And then there's things to put in the bottle, like the little island, the ship, and then you can decorate it with flowers and greenery. So sorry about this picture. I think I left this one over on my desk because I was going to use it in my book and I forgot to put it back with my stuff. But again, that's called Message in a Bottle. And I just want to show you the card that Debbie created, combining the message in a bottle with that map. Isn't that fun? So she did, she stamped this on cardstock with the message in color and everything. And then she put a little piece of acetate right over it, shaped the same way. And that just makes it look all shiny and fun. And then she just made a little roll of paper and put some, that looks like embossed embroidery thread around it to look like it's all tied up. Just fun. I love this background so much. I think it's the coolest. So I had to show you that. All right. Now I'm going to go back and show you a picture of our next bold print because it's easier to see it this way. And this one is called Dark Sea Bold Prints. And in our hop, you'll see a lot of our artists use this as the backgrounds on their cards. It's just really pretty, really useful. It can make a subtle background. I will show you Debbie. I'm sorry I'm saying so much. My brain isn't wanting to work very well today. Let's see. Debbie sent me a sample that she just, I think she didn't make it into a card, but she just wanted to be able to show this, where I think she ink blended on her background. So if you just stamp this down, all this black area is going to be the color of the stamp. It's going to be the color of the ink you use on the stamp. So you can see that that's the solid part that stamps. And all the other cutout parts, the fish, the seaweed and everything, those are going to be whatever your background color is. So if you just stamp it on white paper, all that will be white. And you can stamp it in blue. You can stamp it in whatever color you want, obviously. But she did some ink blending on her paper first. And so it has all this variation in color and then stamped over it. So that's a really fun way to use that as well. Okay. Now we have a clear set that kind of mimics this background. You could use them together if you wanted to. And so this is a 4x6 clear set. It does not have matching dies. And it is called Mermaid Cove. And so you could have all these little elements to add to your scenes. There's a cute little fish and sea turtle and mermaid and a couple schools of fish, some bubbles, and then just some really cool seaweed and coral. All right. And a couple cards with that are here. I kind of put them both in one shot. The one on the left is from Mindy Egan. And she used the stencil in the background that I'll show in a minute, but some of her beautiful ink blending, and then just use those stamps as silhouettes, and then paired it with one of our cover plate dies that is just perfect with that scene. Again, it looks like you're looking into a grotto, the word you guys reminded me of earlier. And then the one on the right is from Sika, and I love her color choices. Hers is more happy and bright, and I love how deep ocean Mindy's is. So they're both wonderful examples of this stamp set. And let's see. Yeah, I should have pulled some of the cards. Jen Shirkus is here in the comments, and like I mentioned, she is a mermaid, and she did 5 cards with our add-ons, which is fantastic. So make sure you visit her Creative Chick website and see what her blog post was. She's part of our blog hop because she created some really fun cards with a lot of the add-on stamps. All right, and dies. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is another cute little mermaid set. And this one is called Mermaid Wishes. So it's a more cutesy mermaid, where our main kit is a really beautiful, elegant looking mermaid, where this is a more cutesy one. Very cute. I love her with this fish. I love it that she's with a message in the bottle. So we had kind of the same themes going throughout. Then it has Hello Friend and Sending Mermaid Wishes. We have a couple shells, a shell and a star and some more bubbles. We have bubbles throughout. Now, what I'm showing you here is our bundle. So you can buy it at a little bit of a discount together with the dies in the same package. You can also buy the clear stamps separately, and you can buy the dies separately, or you can buy it as a bundle. And again, these add-ons that I'm showing now, you can also try to find them at your local favorite store. So they're both at heroarts.com and at other stores as well. Okay. And a card from Debbie using this one. And you can see she combined it with that other one I showed first. And then the cute little mermaids and her cute little coloring of her mermaids and fish. Okay. Now the next one is really kind of funny. It makes me laugh a lot. And let me find it here. It is called Jawsome Sharks. And I don't want to have some glare on there, but few different angles of sharks, and then there's a broken boat. Like you can imagine that rowboat was the victim of a shark attack. A surfboard with a big bite out of it. Another fish, bubbles, seaweed, and then it has Hope Your Day is Killer. Happy birthday. Life would bite without you. And you're totally jawsome. So this is just a fun little silly set that I love. Makes funny cards. There's the dies. You can buy it as a bundle. And again, you can buy it separate as stamps and dies. And here is a card from Debbie using these sharks. She didn't add any of the shark bite type of stuff in there, just her sharks. And then Hope Your Day is Killer. Now, what you can see in here are these 3 panels that she created. And that is using a new looking glass set. So our looking glass dies are always very, very popular. And this is the latest. It's called Pearl. And here's a little mock-up of what it looks like, those layers together. So you can build them up together, all 3 dies on top of each other. Or you can do what Debbie did here and make a slimline and have them all separated out as little embellishments to your shark scene or your mermaid scene or whatever you want. So really awesome. I'm going to go ahead and flip over to the computer now and show you a couple other cards using these things that I've been showing. Here is a shark scene from Alina, and she did use the broken rowboat and some of those messages and that big toothed shark looking up at the whole scene that he created. Really fun. And then here is a looking glass card from Michelle. Really beautiful. She used those 3 layers of the looking glass dies together. And then one from Shannon. Hers is just a little bit more brightly colored. She probably ink blended right onto those die cuts. Right, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to this and show you one of my, I think this is my favorite thing in the whole release, this beautiful cover plate die. And it is called, if I can find it, Lighthouse and Sailboat Cover Plate. So this is beautiful, just cut out in white or black as kind of a silhouette over an ink blended background. It's really fantastic paper pieced. Like, you do the inlay and put all the little pieces in there to create your scene. There's a lot of little pieces that would take a little bit of work. It'd be a labor of love, but it's totally worth it. Andrew Granick, who is one of our guests this month. I don't know if he's posted it for everybody yet, but I'm sure he will soon. He's on Instagram only. He's Andy Granick on Instagram, and he's linked in our hop. But he did the paper piecing of this die, and he showed me a picture of it before he posted it, and it was fantastic. So you guys definitely have to check that out. And then here's one that Alina did, where she did it just in a white, has a white die cut, and then she put it over a beautifully ink blended background. And here is Debbie's, which is a framed work of art, literally. She used one of our frame infinity dies. She probably did a couple layers of the die cut on top of each other and some ink blending behind. And then she put acetate. So it's like it's literally framed. Can you see the acetate on there? So it's like a framed lighthouse scene. And then she used our congrats die. And I love how she bent it to go kind of along the swish of that piece on the background. So really gorgeous. All right, what do we have left? I think I've shown, I have the stencil left to show you. All right, so this stencil is so pretty, and it is called Tide Stencil. Mine is out of the package, but you can see what it looks like. Now, what I want to tell you about this stencil, it is very delicate. Like if you look, you can see how delicate this stencil is. So this is a good stencil for using some spray adhesive like pixie spray with it, because you really need to be able to put it down on your paper and have help letting it sit sturdy on there, which it is not wanting to do on my desk, but okay. So I do have pixie spray on here. I think I'll just go ahead and try to do a little ink blending on it and see what happens. I had some orange on there that I don't know if I cleaned all the way off of it. So you can see how pretty it is. It's a really cool, we called it Tide Stencil, but to me it also kind of looks like coral. And so it's really fun. But if you are going to use this stencil, you need to be very gentle with it. It is not a go crazy with the pastes and really dig into it kind of stencil. It's a very gentle stencil. And here you can see Debbie used it in the background on this card. And she used one of the messages from the bottle set. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. Probably message in a bottle, right? Yes, message in a bottle. And then the star is from the Mermaid Wishes set. So she just used the little sea star from that. And I love her ombre stamping on that. Really pretty. And then I just don't even know what else she did down here. It's just so pretty. I don't know if that's some paper she had or what she did. Really pretty. Let's see. Nope, can't tell. And then one more from Debbie is using the background, the dark sea bold prints, and then some of our shell dies that we've had for a while now. But I love how this looks. So she would have inked up her background stamp with the different colors and then stamped them, right? So you can see that the dark parts on this are kind of an ombre look on the stamp. So she would have done different ink colors on her stamp together and then stamped it down. One way that you could do that is spritz it just a little to help the ink, depending on the ink you're using. It's really helpful to do things like this in a MISTI so that if you need to do it more than once, you can do it, restamp it without it moving. All right, so that is everything from the release. Let me look at comments real quick. And then I have a special guest today that I know you guys have all been waiting patiently to see. And it is our wonderful Maria Willis from our team. She's so talented. She's going to show her gorgeous cards. But let me just check these comments real quick. Yeah, I see make cards this year during Shark Week. That's so cute. I love that idea. I don't think I'm seeing any pressing things that need to be answered by me. So thank you guys again for being here, and thank you for leaving comments, because we are going to do a giveaway at the end. And if you're watching on replay, just want to remind you that you need to go ahead and what am I trying to say? Keep commenting, because we're going to give away one of Debbie's cards at the end. All right, I'm going to go like this. You can see part of me again, and I'm going to bring you in, Maria. I hope you're ready. So Maria Willis is on our creative team, and she is going to share her cards with us today. And I'm going to
everybody
solo layout, and I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let her
go. Hey, you guys. It's nice to be here. I guess I'm just going to go through the cards that I made. But first, I actually want to show you because I'm super excited about these. I'm always trying to figure out the best way to store like, well, my kits, but also my stamps. And so these new envelopes from Hero are so awesome. And the largest size is perfect for fitting these 6x8 kit sets in. So I just had to show that because they're awesome. So for the countdown, this is the card that I made. And I love this kit because, I mean, obviously you've already seen the versatility of it, but you can just make such simple, easy cards using some of the, you know, the different elements as focal points. And the sentiments are really sweet too. And so you can use them not just for, you know, ocean stuff, but if you just want to send a little greeting card to somebody, you can do that. In the background here, I used the new Hero Pearls, and then this is the white color. So you can see it gave it some really cool dimension. And those white ones have a really pearlescent sheen. Yeah, Mindy, don't call me right now. I have like 3 devices going and they're all synced differently. It's really fun.
So Maria, one quick note on that. You use the actual bottle of the liquid Hero Pearls, right? This isn't
the liquid Hero. Let me, so I tried to clean up my desk earlier this week. I was going to do like this whole craft room, you know, like I'm actually in control of my mess making kind of sweep through my craft room. And so I've had these on my desks ever since I got them, and I put them up higher, and it's been such a problem because I've been using them all the time. So these are the white Hero Pearls, and they actually come in 4 different colors. If you guys haven't used these, they're super awesome. Here's the gold. So that you get white, can you see white, pewter, which is sort of like a gunmetal, like it's such a cool color, silver, and gold. And what I love about these is that they're so, the metallic finish on them is like so eye-catching. So even the white, like you can't really see it on camera, but this white even has almost a metallic finish to it. It just doesn't come through on the camera. You can see it a little bit. But I love these drops because these pearls, because they're a little more liquidy than most of the other, you know, drop type embellishments on the market, and they're self-leveling. So they're just so easy to make a perfect drop every time. You can see on these drops, they're perfectly rounded, and I'm kind of drop challenged. So when I use other brands of drops, they're great products also, but I am challenged and I get Hershey's Kisses on the tops of them. And these just self-level, like I can make tiny little drops and bigger drops, and all of them are perfect. So if you're kind of drop challenged like me, these are really great drops to try. So let me see.
Those are called Hero Pearls. And if you're looking for them on the website, just search Hero Pearls and you'll find them.
Hero Pearls. So let me just check the comments. There's a little bit of a delay. So let me see. Self-leveling is awesome. Yep. Drop challenged, Essie. Hershey's Kisses. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So I'll move on to my next card. Put that aside. So I love this mermaid too. And I just used her as a focal point and didn't put much else on this card with her, but I did do a mixed media background using all Hero Arts products. So I've got a lot in the, of course, sorry, they started weed whacking outside right now. They were quiet for the whole live stream until I got on, and now the neighbor is weed whacking. So I'm sorry if you can hear that. So for the mermaid, I love to stamp in Onyx pigment ink. Libby had mentioned something about that earlier when she was talking about Shannon's gorgeous watercolored card. So I love to stamp in pigment ink and then heat emboss it in clear. And it gives it just this really special shine and some texture that, you know, when you have a card and you're holding it in your hands, all those little details, I think, make a difference when you can touch it and feel it, and you can feel her mermaid hair. So I heat embossed in pigment ink and clear embossing powder, and then I colored her with Copics. And then in her hair, I used the gold Hero Pearls, so the gold ones, to add little, I don't know, little gold nuggets to her hair. I did it at first with gold gel pen, and it just wasn't coming through the way I wanted to. So I added it in with the gold pearls. And then for my background, I used my DIY liquid watercolor sprays. And actually, I think I used a couple of reactive ink sprays too. For anybody, if you follow me at all, you know I do that all the time. But here's what they look like. Let me just pull them in. So I just have this huge case. This side is my liquid watercolors. And then on this side, I have reactive inks that I have turned into sprays. So all I do is I take these watercolor bottles that Hero Art sells, and I put in, you know, an inch or two of water and some squirts of the liquid watercolor or reactive inkers. And I make myself a DIY spray. So this is just such an easy way to stretch your products, but also to make, you know, really easy backgrounds, because when you do this, you don't have to think about ink blending. You don't have to think about, you know, how the color is going to lay down. You just spray it. And I can show you guys if you want, but you'll have to let me know. So that's what I did on the background here. I sprayed the back with, I don't even know, like I think leaf and blue raspberry and grape slush. I'm trying to see what else. And this I did do on the Luxe watercolor cardstock from Hero. It's a really great watercolor cardstock. And then I was just playing around with the pearls, trying to see if they would stencil well. And so I ended up with a little bit of texture from what, I can't tell if it's white or silver in the background. And then on the bottom and around the edges, I used the new Hero waxes, and I used both black and gold. So down here at the bottom, I wanted to make sure that the mermaid felt grounded, like she wasn't just kind of floating in the nowhere. So I just smeared some black wax onto the bottom, and then I used my cobblestone stencil, and I added in some gold Hero wax. Down at the bottom, before it dried, I sprinkled on some sand embossing powder and heat embossed that. So that's where I get that little bit of gritty texture. But I didn't cover it. I just pinched a little bit and sprinkled it over the top so that it wouldn't completely cover the gold. And then I added in just more Hero pearls into the background. I don't know, we have so many awesome mixed media products right now. I kind of can't stop with them. All right, that's it for that card. Let me see. I'm just going to check the comments here. So I'm organized with the spritzers. I got organized because I realized how often I used them and how many colors I wanted. So soon I'll probably be expanding my colors. The plastic case for the tray is on Amazon. I'll see if I can link to that on my blog or my somewhere. The waxes are awesome with the stencil, Essie, totally. Let me see. I'll just show you because I have a glass top, so I can just do a quick spray. I'm not going to make a card or anything, but this is just regular watercolor cardstock. It's already, regular hammer mill 100 pound. And I was just going to let you know too that that's kind of like another trick. If you want your colors to come out super vibrant, do it on regular cardstock, because the colors don't dry back as much as they do when you use watercolor cardstock. So this is going to be great. Grape slush. And then I would just probably set that aside and let it dry. And then when it dried, I can add more layers of color. So it's just that easy for anybody who was just kind of interested in seeing how they work. All right, so we've got my kit cards out of the way. Any more questions about that? A new syndrome Hicks, help, I can't stop. I'm with you. I can't stop. I want all the things. But that is just such an easy way to like take the Hero products that you already have and expand their uses. So let's see. The next product that I used is this Libby. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my screen was frozen. I couldn't tell if I was on screen. So I used this Mermaid Wishes, and I have it in one of the new Hero pouches, which again, this one comes with the magnets in it. So it's just so easy to put your stamp and your magnets in the same little case. It's just, they're so compact and they're not going to tear. I love these. So I used that with I used the Tide stencil in the background, and you guys know me, I'm a little bit crazy with all the mixed media stuff. So I used that Tide stencil in the background. And I will say, if you're going to use a paste or a medium with the Tide stencil, use the corners, because the corners of the stencil, well, they're connected in the corners. And you saw that in the middle of that Tide stencil is a little bit looser. And so you needed the pixie spray. So just use the corners of the stencil if you're going to try and do medium. I did get kind of sloppy, and I did end up smearing some things around with my fingers, but I don't stress about that kind of stuff. rolled with it. So with this Mermaid Wishes stamp set, one of the things that I really love about it is it's fun for practicing technique. So I'm not like the hottest colorist, but I do love coloring. And so what was fun for me with this card was to try and practice putting the mermaid behind the glass jar. So sometimes what's fun for me when I'm looking at stamp sets is seeing if I can practice a technique that I'm not very skilled at. So that was fun, just trying to use a lighter color of green to put her mermaid tail behind the bottle. Essie, it's not a mini slim. I don't know what it's a scrap of paper that I found on my desk. That's just something I've been doing lately, like being like, this is the size it is, this is the size I like. And so that's what we're getting. So it's not a mini slim. I think it's a little chunkier and a little shorter than a mini slim. So, all right, that's it for that card. And let's see. So the next, this is actually was not on my blog for the release, but I used the Mermaid Cove stamp set. I love this stamp set so much. Tammy was so nice. She let me pick which set I could use for my blog post next week. And so I chose this one. And on the background here, again, this was done with my DIY sprays, and you can kind of control where they land. So I think I did teal and indigo towards the bottom and then pink up at the top. And I wanted the edges to be a little darker. So I just ink blended a little bit of that blue Hawaii ink around the edges and the bottom, leaving the top lighter so that it looked like the sunlight, was maybe coming through from the surface of the water. And I, again, did the Onyx pigment ink to stamp all of this onto the background. The sentiment I love is from the Zen Messages stamp set, has really great sentiments. Sold out right now, sorry. And then for, I wanted to add like a little more dimension. So I just took these larger pieces of kelp and I heat embossed those in silver onto pitch black cardstock. And I cut them out with my scissors, and I just added those on with a little bit of foam tape. And I love that it kind of makes it look, like these are in the foreground and you're kind of looking deeper into an ocean scene. So that is it for me today, unless you just want to see like anything else. Libby probably doesn't want me to do this. She's like, no, we're over time. Let me just check the comments, and then Libby, you can tell me if you want anything else from me or if you want to take back over. The Shadow of the Green Tail. Thank you, Angelica. It reminds me of the Little Mermaid also. Yeah, Mary, go place another order. It does look like scuba diving. You're right, Deb. Okay, I think that's...
All right. Thank you, Maria. That was so awesome. I love that you shared some of your mixed media genius with us as well. And I just have to say, when I saw that mermaid card of Maria's, I gasped. Like it literally came out of my mouth in a gasp because it was so beautiful. So thank you for sharing that today, Maria. And I'm going to go back to my solo layout here. Bye, Maria. Thank you. And again, guys, this is the release. These are the add-ons. And then we have the main kit, which is our beautiful mermaid, which I recommend you, if you're thinking about getting, you get sooner rather than later, because our main kit does sell out. Once it's gone, it's gone. And again, here are the cards that Debbie Adams made using the main kit. And this is the card that we're going to give away to one of the comments, either from... why is my brain not working? The comments left today, or even if you're watching on replay, I'm gonna draw it on first thing Monday morning. So you can comment through Sunday, and then we will send this card out to one of the winners, the winner from all the comments. I just saw Mindy asked, where is Debbie? She is actually babysitting her grandkids today, but I think in future, I'm going to try to have her on these lives as much as possible, talking about her own cards, because she does a better job than I do, and she's fantastic. And so hopefully look for her in July when we do this. I do want to mention a couple other things before we go. I think somebody asked about pixie spray. I just want to show you what that is. Some of you are like, what are they talking about with pixie spray? So this is pixie spray. It's made by ThermoWeb, and it's a low tack spray. You couldn't use this to glue together paper or anything, but it puts a little bit of tackiness on the back of your stencil. And so you want to hold something down in place. This is just a great thing to use. Hero Arts doesn't carry it. It's just something that I really like, and it's from ThermoWeb. So you can get it at most of the craft stores that you might shop from. All right. And then I also wanted to mention that if you got our May kit, the fun kitchen themed kit, make sure and tune into our blog on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we're going to do, Sika and I are going to do our make along. So we like to do a My Monthly Hero make along every month. And it's going to be this Sunday, which is June 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And so grab your kit, grab your May kit and make along with us. And we would love to see you there. And on the blog on Saturday, the day before, is when we're going to post the supplies that you might need in addition to the kit so that you are ready to go. And we hope to see you this weekend. All right. And so again, grab your Hero Arts kit and your add-ons. And then also our winner today for the $50 gift card is, let's see here, Lois Schimpf. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that quite right, but Lois, you are our winner. Congratulations. We will contact you. Well, if you could email info@heroarts.com and let them know that you were the winner during our Facebook Live today, our Facebook and YouTube Live, we'd appreciate it. And thank you guys for being here today and have a wonderful day. We appreciate all of you so much. All right, take care.